You're in tune to the FuseBox Radio Broadcast.
Turn the music up inside my session. These folks gotta hear my message.
Bringing balanced black radio to the masses.
All right, everybody, 1 2 1 2. What's going on? You're now in tune to another session of the syndicated worldwide FuseBox Radio Broadcast, bringing the balance back to black radio each and every single week with a mix of commentary as well as music representing the Black Diaspora, such as hip-hop, soul, funk, jazz, reggae, and more, old school and new school, Indian major, and everything in between. And we're doing our talk from our particular perspective as black Americans and all of that type of cool stuff. We're your average, above average folks. And, yeah, we're going to get into a whole bunch of stuff. New show, new things going on, and it's going to be a good time for everybody. 3 hours of audio goodness is about to hit your ears right now. In the mix and commentary you got myself, DJ Fusion. On the side, you got my bro who does the same thing. Let me have him go right on ahead and introduce himself.
Yes, indeed, though. It's the guy, the Cosmos. That's all Black Hawk and DJ Fusion. We rock most of the time. Of course, we back here, back keeping it good and divine. Shabaka Stone, Teddy, take it there. About to show that we rock it all the time. Yes, indeed, we love you, ladies and gentlemen. We so glad that you could come back in and tune in and what me and Fusion be doing. Yes, indeed, Fusion, what's the deal?
Besides this cold, I am doing pretty darn good and whatnot. Definitely shout out to all of our listeners, old school and new school, whatever means you check us out. It could be your favorite FM station, it could be your favorite internet radio station. You can visit us on some people's websites, and of course you can hit us up via the wonderful medium of podcast and what have you. And for those who are new to the show, let me just break down how we do things really quickly before we delve right into stuff. At the beginning, both myself and the Black Hawk go ahead and we just talk about how you can check us out, upcoming events, things we've been to, so forth and so on. Then we go on ahead during that segment and get into just talking about some stories and other stuff that's just been on our mind during the past week. And then the next two parts is myself and the Black Hawk just getting into the music mixes. And there's times we have outside commentary and things here and there in the mix with that as well via the folks of either Black Agenda Report and or the Black University Radio Network with their Direct Effects segment. Shouts out to Glenn Ford and his crew and Lamar Blackman and their crews for those types of things. And yeah, that is pretty much it. We try to do it in as much of a third sting as possible because we do got this extended period of time. Sometimes the talk goes over, sometimes it doesn't. Really just depend on how, things rock and roll. But yeah, that's how we do things. So let's slide right on in. You can always check us out online at our official website, FuseboxRadioOnline.com, FuseboxRadioOnline.com. If you can't remember that, just do FuseboxRadio.com. We finally got the website address for that after damn near as long as the show existed. So you got two ways to check out our official site. BlackRadioIsBack.com is our official blog site. On Facebook, our Facebook like page is increasing. We deeply appreciate all y'all for that. You can go to Facebook.com/Fusebox Radio Shows. Just straight up one word. Hit that thumbs up. That really helps us spread through other people's eyeballs and stuff and get around on that particular medium. And also thanks to everybody who's been sending us news items and music and other stuff via that site too. We really appreciate that since we are a two-person crew, can't find everything. But we try the best we can to get some interesting stuff to talk about. On Twitter, twitter.com/FuseboxRadio, Instagram.com/FuseboxRadio. And if you can't remember any of that stuff, just go on ahead and search for FuseBox Radio via your favorite search engine of choice. You'll find out all of our lovely ways of getting to us. If via podcast, if you get a chance to, please give us a rating on iTunes, Stitcher, or any of the other favorite podcast apps that you use. All that type of stuff does get us to more ears and more people and stuff like that, especially via iTunes, which, the more ratings and stuff we get, the more you can get on their charts and stuff like that, and all that stuff really helps out a podcast. And we've been getting, stuff more here and there, and we really appreciate that on that level too. And let me see here. I think that is about it on the promo end for now. On the quick thank you side of things and upcoming events, thanks to the fine folks of WOW Radio, Community Connections, and Capitol Magazine, I did 2 panels for them earlier in the month. We'll be having some bonus audio from that soon.
All right.
And whatnot over at the new studio at the lab located in Silver Spring. And one of them was a women in hip-hop panel.
All right.
The other was an overall hip-hop business panel. And I know they're going to have video and stuff for that soon. So yeah, definitely check all that out. And thank you for those folks for having me on board there. Anybody who has seen or heard me on the panel knows I really don't care about what I'm going to say. You're going to get some good information and all that, but I'm not going to play it clean. I'm not going to play it cute. You're going to get some good info, though. And there was a really good combo in both of those joints, so that was definitely on point. Thanks to the fine folks of the Capitol CannaShow, which I'm going to get into more during the commentary talk, for having folks through as press during their past event. And for people who don't know, that's essentially was a cannabis convention in D.C.
All right.
Now, it wasn't like everybody getting blazed up or whatever all day or nothing like that. They had like lots of seminars and panels and stuff and exhibitors, and yeah, I'm gonna get more to that in the latter part of the show, but that was definitely a interesting experience on more than one end. Shout out to the folks at the National Bike Summit on Monday, March 7th, 2016. I'm gonna be playing a little bit of music for their advocacy dinner. And that should be cool. For more information about that, definitely check out our website and our social media and things on what's going to be going down on that end. During the month of April, myself and the Black Hawk will be in the mix for the 3rd year in a row, DJing at the National Cherry Blossom Festival's tidal basin and cultural stage. And that's going to be each Saturday and Sunday from April 2nd to the 17th. It's free. That's when all the cherry blossoms here in D.C. get into their full bloom. And it's, it's really nice and everything. There's tons of acts from all over the world that come to this joint. And we'll be rocking the music from beginning to end in between. So if y'all come through to that on your tourist end or just chilling or whatever, give us a wave, say hi, and say what's up. And on May 1st, 2016, I'll be DJing again over at the Pittsburgh Marathon. I don't have the location and stuff yet, but for all of our folks in PA, once we get that, we'll announce that soon. Yeah, we're getting back into that spring, summer performance season. So it's going to be a good look. And, of course, if you want to book us and stuff, too, you can go to our official website. Because we love doing podcasting, we love doing other stuff, but we do have bills to pay. So if y'all can help us pay them bills, whether it's these server bills or these phone bills, or putting gas in the brand new FuseBox Mobile, please help us out. And all of that. Speaking of, we're going to have a Patreon site up soon. Since, real quick side note on that, we talked about that during the last show, but I had actually forgot I set up a Patreon page for us. And some people had just given us random donations, and I'm like, damn, I really need to get that together. So, during this upcoming week, I'm going to update that, and we'll have the links to that on all of our pages and stuff soon. So, if y'all want to give us $1 a month, if y'all want to give us $5 a month, if y'all are just rich and want to give us a whole bunch of money a month, we'll appreciate it. Because, again, every bit helps, and we know we've had people who've hit us up on our PayPal here and there and stuff, too. And, yeah, everything's appreciated from your ears to your coin to coming to events and more. So that's it on the promo end at the moment. Oh, and thanks to everybody who's been keeping our numbers up really, really nicely the past few weeks with our downloads and other stuff. No doubt, since, again, we are a literal 2-person operation. We're trying to get stuff together for expansion on other things we'll announce soon. But, yeah, like, it's nice to, like, look over at our stuff and be like, wow, people want to listen to us talk about stuff and play music. And it's been a while since we've been doing this show, but it's still always good to, be appreciated with what we do as independent media and black black independent media, not bound by a corporation or nothing, So that is all good. And it's not like there's only 10 podcasts out. So when I see stuff like that, it's like, yay, we're pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, let's get into talking about some things. I'm gonna touch base briefly on some of the experiences I had at the Capitol CannaShow, and yeah, it's an interesting scenario seeing how the legalization, the semi-legalization, and decriminalization of marijuana is here in the D.C. metro area. I currently live in Maryland. The Black Hawk currently lives in the part of D.C. And for those who are in the international parts of the world and whatnot, America's in a weird place with this right now. Some states have it like completely legalized, like Washington State and Colorado.
No doubt.
And what have you. Some places, like where I reside, if you have a certain amount of you personally, they're not going to like put you to jail or anything. You might get like a small ticket or something. And it's also kind of sort of like that in D.C., but D.C. also has like medical marijuana is legal.
Yeah.
And if you get like the medical card and stuff, you can go on ahead and get that and not get hassled. And even then, like with the way the police system is, like weed is way down the bottom of the line for most people.
No doubt.
In terms of unless you're like walking around with a brick and like smoking in front of a federal building or something.
And not all offenders are tested for weed anymore. I think the ones in mental health are, but the ones who are not, they don't get tested for weed. Or weed isn't, they're worried.
No doubt. And D.C. is interesting because, again, it's literally the house of the federal government in our country.
No
but
doubt.
Due to the votes and stuff, we do have pretty much like almost full legalization. It's definitely decriminalized on a high level. I had to give this background with the event I'm talking about and stuff for those who may or may not know. So the event I went to was like a whole mix of things. They had like policy people talking. They had some ex-cops talking about stuff needs to be decriminalized, not just weed, but certain drugs in general, because it's not helping out the communities or the population
No
at
doubt.
large. We had various speakers who talked about everything from how to set up your own businesses with it, especially with the way the laws are on the kind of sort of legal thing. We've had folks like Charlotte Green. I know a lot of people remember her for being the black newscaster lady who was just there like, fuck it, I quit, instead of the first legal marijuana shop over in Alaska.
No doubt.
As a closing speaker. And then there were like lots of vendors of various things that were tied into it, which is a whole thing, whether you want to, because actually in DC you can grow it in your crib too.
No doubt.
With a certain amount of plants and stuff. So you see all types of stuff like the heating lamps, of course, all the various means and ways that you could smoke stuff. They literally had like loot box for weed where you could get like various paraphernalia and stuff sent to your house every month.
No doubt.
Which kind of had me blown. I was like, damn, it's a thing. People who were like, we do edibles, but we can't necessarily sell edibles here, but here's a card type of people. Like folks who had oils, folks like Normal and the drug policy people, all types of stuff. And I had a few interesting conversations with folks, and I got more bonus content I'll be rolling out later on the interview one. And it was kind of fascinating talking to people because it was like, in certain areas, especially, certain more, I guess, economic disadvantaged areas and stuff, you got people who are just there like, yes, I've been kind of doing this weed thing most of my life, but if I have a record, I can't file a certain thing. In terms of getting that official paperwork money and filing taxes money. Or you had a scenario where it's just there like, yeah, let's say all your records is clean, all your stuff is straight. If you're still a quote-unquote minority, the cops are going to probably give you more smack than they're going to give somebody else.
No doubt.
Who's engaged in the business, whether it's paraphernalia or, the actual drug itself or whatever, if you don't have that medical card.
No doubt.
And I was able to talk to quite a few people about the nuances and stuff like that and their own various experiences. And looking at the business of it, there is a I'm sure people already know this, but there is a huge business for it. And to see some of the barriers that some people of color are dealing with or may have to deal with later on with this, it's really, really fascinating.
No doubt.
To see how that type of stuff goes. Because, yeah, there's that party that's there like, well, shoot. Because that audience was dumb dedicated. To walk in the door, like, it sold out. And I think the bare minimum price was like $25 to get in. And then all the other stuff that was going on. Like, the event sold out. People were selling stuff left, right, in between, passing out info, all of that. But the D.C. metro area, at least at the moment, is still at least half quote-unquote minority. And a lot of that minority is Black American.
No doubt.
So you got to sit back and look at things in terms of, well, these guys are being accepted for pretty much selling all the paraphernalia in the world. It's like, I know full and damn well you're not smoking tobacco. But seeing folks of color, which I did see some folks of color doing their thing there on bigger levels, you know, having to talk from the various people, from the law enforcement folks to just regular people, it's like there's definitely interesting barriers that are going on with this. And I'm hoping some of those get changed soon as possible before we get to Philip Morris's weed. Because inevitably it's going to get because let's keep it 100. It's going to inevitably get decriminalized, I think. At bare minimum. I think it's going to get legal because people just want to get that money. When they see these other two states that have it legal, they're getting tons of new tax revenue. It's going to get legal. But, yeah, it was a cool event. Shouts out to the folks who actually invited us to the event and stuff. Because I wouldn't have known. People actually hit us up on Instagram, and I was like, oh, y'all got this thing. They're like, yeah, come through. And I was like, all right. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting scenario to see if, you know, Black folks and other folks of color are going to get the ill block when it's like, wow, there's a real big money thing. Because there's a case that, I think we talked about it briefly last week before I get into this other stuff. There were these guys, I think you've seen their car actually, Black Hawk, the Kush Gods cars around like U Street and Gallery Place. Yeah. That cat had a scenario where they were just there like, I have this stuff, but because I can't say I'm directly selling it, you can give us donations. And that worked for a while until it got too big. And now they're going through an entire court thing right now. They're like confiscating their cars and everything. But
I'm not surprised at that.
But here's the thing. Black dude owned it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just for those who don't know, I'm like, a black dude owned it. You know what I'm saying? And those joints were out for a minute. I remember one of the first times I was down at U Street after going to for my 9 to 5 one day to get something to eat. I'm like, wow, there's really this car with this big old weed buzz on it. That's like a BMW. It's like, okay, you know, that's interesting. Check out that side. I was like, oh, I don't know how long you're gonna get to be able to like roll and function with that, but whatever. But I think to me that already shows that certain people, especially if you had that flash, they're gonna try to target you.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to be eating like that. Some other guy, they might be like, oh, there's the stereotypical hippie white person. They might be able to eat like that. Or here's the same whatever. They might be able to do that. So, and I talked to a few people about that scenario too. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. So I just want to touch base briefly on that event. And we do have some bonus interviews and content that some of y'all have seen that roll out via our podcast feed, and you'll be seeing more stuff later on. So that's it on that level. Let's see here. 2 folks passed away during the past time since we were on the show. First and foremost, let me start off on the better end, because the other one's going to have me do a quickie mini rant. Actor Tony Burton died. Now, some folks might not know his name, but I know a lot of people know him as Apollo Creed's trainer Duke in the Rocky movies.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's been around.
Yeah, that cat was in the mix for a while. Actually, originally from Flint, Michigan, and originally a boxer. He got into boxing, and he was literally one of the only 4 actors who appeared in the first 6 Rocky movies.
No doubt.
And stuff. He was also in Stir Crazy. Like, I know people see that prison scene. I might have to put up the video.
I do remember him in there. I do remember him in there.
That's one of my favorite Richard Pryor movies of like
that's a classic. That's a classic movie that everybody should see.
No doubt, him and G. Wilder are like fucking hilarious in that joint. And The Shining. So he definitely did his thing for a good long while. So definitely R.I.P. to him and his contribution to the black arts and black acting in Black America as a whole.
No doubt.
This other death, people were more celebratory about, but that's because I think next to nobody who had sense liked this man. And I'm not one who likes to tend to talk too bad about people when they pass away, but some people are just bad. Okay? And that was Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia.
No doubt.
He passed away at the age of 79, they're saying, of natural causes and stuff. And you know somebody is totally disliked when next to nobody says anything good about him. even their allies, where it's like, oh, they did some stuff. It's like nobody said that this was a cool guy. Or that they were a decent individual. Like, so the first stuff I saw, because I was actually doing some work that weekend. I just had to look on the web, and it was like, oh, word, that dude died? Like, the most you saw for some people was like, oh, well, he died. Like, when you saw, quote-unquote conservative, political folks, the first thing they thought about, like, literally within an hour, one of these guys was talking about, we can't have President Obama put, somebody in his place. Nobody was talking about that this dude died. And of course, being a person of color and a woman, I'm like, you were a whack human being ever since you got put in under Reagan. And you stayed that dude throughout your tenure. This is the same man who had talked about that black students would do better at school if they weren't too fast for them, since apparently we can't deal with integrated schools in 2000s. This is the same dude who happily advocated torture for people in war zones and other places. This is the same guy who was happily for capital punishment, which guess who that usually hits hard? Whether you were guilty or not. In terms of death penalty type of situations. He was anti-LGBT, he was anti-woman. He was just a terrible piece of shit of a human being. And he just had a whole lot of power to try to be terrible, especially when you had a lot of rulings that were like 5-4 during the past decade or two. And we also, the past few decades. And you also had to remember he was on the court when they had the Bush-Gore situation in 2000. Where they had to go through all that hanging Chad bullshit or whatever to pretty much give young Bush the White House. So some people caught feelings because literally mad American minorities were partying hard on Facebook about him dying. Like, partying. Search Antonin Scalia dead memes and you'll find out all that type of stuff. And I'm like, this is mean? This is messed up, but I am laughing so hard. Because, again, he was whack. Like, the funniest thing I saw was, anybody who's seen, Django Unchained, they had a picture of, excuse me, what's my man's name? Sam Jackson's slave character. Crying over the plantation dude. And somebody said that was Clarence Thomas crying about, Antonin Scalia dying. I laughed out loud at that shit in my house, and I'm like, I know this is terrible, but again, you are a bad dude, and right now the interesting scenario that's coming from all of this is that people are extremely determined to have President Obama not do his presidential duty and even nominate somebody in the White House, talking about they gotta wait till somebody new gets in. Last I knew, President Obama wasn't 3/5 a president. He's the president of the United States. That is his role. Until they get somebody who's fully in there, if something gets tied in the Supreme Court, that means everything goes back to lower court rulings. Back in the very beginning when everything was founded in this country, you're supposed to have 9 Supreme Court justices. And to see all of these, and it's like, and I hate to say it, besides sellouts, it's literally majority white folks are acting like he's not supposed to do his job. The man who died actually was nominated during the last year of Reagan's joint. And they had him go through.
No doubt.
But they're like, let's keep it real. Some of these Supreme Court justices are going to die the next few years. They're all very old. And or retire. Whoever gets in the White House in the new period of time is going to probably end up nominating at least 2 new people. Right now, if you get somebody in there, and if these guys get in relatively young, like Roberts, they're going to be around for at least 20, 30 years.
No doubt.
Maybe 40 if they're older and ornery, because most of these guys end up having to die out. And looking at people just straight tripping, where I'm like, again, the man's corpse was even cold an hour after he died. And you got political guys talking about, well, we can't have Obama get nobody in there. Fuck that. We ain't going to accept any of his nominees. I'm just there like, See, this is a trip. And anybody who listens to our show know that we are not Obamaites. We are not, black people just following anybody else who's black.
That's right.
We've criticized the things we don't believe in, as well as praised the other good stuff. But come on, man, this has never happened with any other president. We've never had this budget nonsense the past 8 years the way we've had it. We've never had certain other stuff blocked. But this, I'm like, I don't know, man. It's a trip. It's a trip and a half, yo. I mean, he still has a full year before whoever gets in the White House gets in the White House. So, you know.
Well, one thing is for sure is that I think Fusion covered a lot of information on that. Is that the thing that black people should learn from Scalia is that he was a person that wasn't liked by people of his own political persuasion. Mm-hmm. But they used him as an ally to further their cause. You see what I'm saying? That's something black folks should learn from that, because there are going to be people who are going to be representing and doing things and speaking on those things for black people and sacrificing themselves, and you might not like those people. But, like Scalia was in a situation where people of his own political persuasion didn't necessarily like him, but we're going to have to do the same with our own, you know, because it ain't always going to be, you know, smiley, you know, face people, and, you know, that's going to be the people that's going to be in the trenches with you, you know.
Wow.
It's just going to be people that's going to be like, you know, almost like people, you know, who are in your family who you maybe haven't spoken to in a while, who you maybe not like, but y'all still love one another, you know, and, you know, so, but yeah, anyway.
No doubt. That actually gets into a good point with some updates to the upcoming presidential election nominations and stuff I wanted to get into. Perfect segue. Uniting is going to be very real in these next few months, y'all. It's going to be very real. Because right now, I mean, we know the GOP basically doesn't give a fuck about damn near anybody except rich white men.
No doubt.
Or rich white women, or their colored lackeys. Let's keep it all the way live. That's just how it is. As far as I'm concerned right now, we were talking about this offline earlier, I think Donald Trump's going to be the nominee.
No doubt.
Unless a miracle happens during this upcoming Super Tuesday, March 1st over here, where they got, I think like 13 or 14 states have caucuses. By numbers, Donald Trump's going to probably end up being the nominee. And a part of me is like, well, damn, we live in idiocracy right now. The movie is real. The other part of me doesn't feel sorry for the GOP or the political system at all. You've had people very actively advocate hate for a long time, hate and fear. And you do that, and you're surprised that somebody who, again, I think Donald Trump is a horrible, rich-colored cracker of a human being and whatnot. But you have somebody who knows how to play off of that, who's a showman. He knows how to hit those low marks better than all these cats who've been cultivating this mess for the past 80+ years. And he's running away with things, while pretty much not saying shit. Except, America's great, we're going to bring it back. Guess who America was great for from the beginning? It wasn't me, or people that look like me.
No
It ain't people that look like the Black Hawk. It's not really people who have ovaries unless they're banging out the person who's in power. It's rich white guys and oligarchies and whatnot. And if you are subservient, you might do okay and you might not. So the way I look at stuff right now, especially with how we've been reporting on all the nonsense with it going from the 9 billion nominees to whatever, I don't have hope for anybody. Cruz is a terrible human being. Rubio's only slightly less terrible. Chris Christie dropped out, who is not a cool human being. Ben Carson just needs to go away because he just embarrassed himself so badly.
No doubt.
And black folks at large, even though he's still trying to hold on. Lindsey Graham is horrible, even though he's trying to act like he's quote unquote moderate in the lunatic asylum of that joint. Donald Trump's going to get it, and I think people are going to have to deal with it. And I think the GOP, if it wants to exist any form imaginable, even in what I personally feel is this horrible quote-unquote conservative form, y'all better get your shit together. Because if that dude wins, y'all going to lose Congress. It's only going to take a little while, that incompetency, where y'all going to lose Congress and you're going to have some standstill shit like we've been having these past 8+ years. What has kind of affected me more personally right now is the way the Democratic Party thing is running. Because right now, they're acting like black votes are like Pokemon and shit, a black cosign. You got to catch them all. This feels so disrespectful, the way the Democratic Party is trying to get black votes. Like, we are obligated to vote for them. Now, I think a lot of black America, if worse come to worse, and it's going to be like Trump and God knows who the fuck else for their VP nominee, which is going to probably be somebody else horrible, a lot of folks will probably bite the bullet and vote for Sanders or Clinton. But you still need to fight for our fucking votes. You still need to fight for votes of people of color. We aren't obligated to vote for jack shit. I'm not obligated to vote for Hillary Clinton. And that's before me even just being a reader and a researcher, knowing that Hillary Clinton pulled some slick shit in her history. She was one of the people who talked about, black folks being super predators, that they were poor and the crime thing, and that was bullshit. Besides, if people have memories at all, that last time when she ran against Obama, she was trying to drop that, slick-coded race talk shit. Let's not get it fucked up. And I think Sanders is well-intentioned and all of that. And quite frankly, if I had to choose between those two, I would probably choose him over Clinton in a heartbeat. But he still doesn't get it with particular things, too. Like, I look at those parties and I see them, like, grabbing up different people to co-sign them. Like, well, one of these people has Trayvon's mom, and one of these people has, Tamir Rice's folks, and here's some people who say they're Black Lives Matter who are doing this, which is a whole other fucking conversation for another damn day. And here's some other random, quote-unquote, civil rights Negroes who are co-signing so-and-so and writing or talk or whatever else. How about y'all talk to us like we're fucking people? We got concerns. We got needs. They're loud as fuck in the public. How about just addressing those needs? How about doing that? I am so goddamn tired of the Democratic Party just acting like we're just going to be locked up in their way. Because like it or not like it, y'all need us. Y'all need us. Y'all need other people of color. Y'all need these other minority type of things. But you got to sell yourself to us. And it has to be more than look at those crazy niggas over there. It has to be that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm tired of the Negroes or voter Pokemon shit for the Democratic Party. Get your shit together, and I know some of these Negroes who y'all got co-signing, y'all are working out some funny style shit on the side with them in terms of power positioning. But
I don't think that there, even though this election is different from anyone that I remember in my lifetime, Trump is definitely much more vocal than any president of my lifetime. Now, of course, the further we go back, people saying certain things was more acceptable, before voting and before, people of color were able to have things provided for them in this country. People were much more open about what they would say. That's not to say that Trump is a throwback to that completely. I don't want to say that. I think that within the Western world, America being the military / financial, technological aspect of that, certain things are going to matter. I don't know. I mean, I'm at the point now with it that, like I have said before, that I'm more concerned about what happens on the local level, as far as voting is concerned. Because I'm not sure if these cats are basically any much different from the cats who came before them. You know what I'm saying? As I've heard it being said before, left wing and right wing. There is no animal that has just a left wing or just a right wing. They have a left and a right wing on one organism. So it's just, maybe one is more believing more on one thing more than another, but they're part of the same bird. So, and under Republican and Democrat, black people coming through the last century had to deal with being discriminated and it being legally sanctioned and domestic terrorism being sanctioned by the law. And not only in the streets but also in the hospitals. So it's a funny thing. One thing I thought was interesting is that I don't know if it was a show, but it's rare that you have white boys in the political arena, going back and forth with higher ups in the Roman Catholic Church. That's rare. And that's why I was saying that, this election is a little different from any I've ever seen before, in the sense of some of the things that have been said or some of the confrontations as they've occurred, that, at least the public knows about. And so, at the end of the day, black people can't go back to the way it was before voting. The bottom line is it can't be reversed. That's all, that's basically it, I've heard, people on both sides say things I agreed with. I'm going to just keep it 100, because at the end of the day, I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it, but, it'll be misinterpreted. But, when people think about, I'm more concerned about political policy as it reflects on Africa and the games that's being played over there and the using and abusing of land, resource, and people, and the pushing of religion, Christianity, Islam in areas where maybe people don't need it or don't want it. That's as far as overseas or whatever. But but as far as those places that are being, Iraq, Iran, a lot of those places, Afghanistan, the reality is that a lot of those people, and African Americans, I think some know and some understand that. But this is kind of off the subject a little bit. A lot of them people, when they come over here, they don't like American black folks. And so it's kind of weird because this all ties into public policy, because in the end, the presidents don't have public policy, how they interact overseas. All presidents are going to have that. Or the script that's given to them. The president don't think of nothing. They're given a script by people who are above them, who usually make more money and are tied into a certain bloodline and tied into certain fraternities and societies that only certain people are allowed in. And then they pass down information and the president gets it. That's how it has gone since America has begun. And that shouldn't be twisted. Obama is a figurehead. Wow. Obama is like a president of an organization. They don't really run nothing. It's the shareholders and the stockholders and the people on the board of directors. You're just a person that's just up there to be seen by people.
Well, ultimately we had the thing with our system of multiple checks and balances, which includes the people on the ground.
No doubt.
My angle on everything from marching in the streets to voting and so forth and so on is that none of those people who are truly crooked up above want us to do any of that type of stuff. And when I look at the portion of the vote, when I talk about voting, it's not just presidential. I think sometimes our group of people get that messed up, we do the presidential election, we get to chill for 2 to 4 years. That's not how shit's supposed to work.
No
You know what
doubt.
I'm saying? You're supposed to care about what happens in your ground communities, your city, your state, you know, on up. You know what I mean? Including the presidential vote. Because my thing of voting as a person of history and looking at things in large is very simple. If the black vote, well, not even just the black vote, if the educated vote in general, much less the educated black vote didn't matter, they wouldn't care if you went to the polls. They wouldn't care. Because even some of these people in the most corrupt parts of this country still want to make it look like you have the illusion of being able to do stuff, much less if you actually have some power. There's a reason why every year they try to gerrymander maps to try to make one party seem like they have an advantage over the other, especially in areas where there's more of a concentration of people of color or people who are social in specific parts of socioeconomic boundaries and stuff like that. So when I look at this vote, I'm like, if Trump gets in there, if Clinton gets in there, if Sanders get in there, or whoever else, they're, yes, not the end-all, see-all of everything. I do think some things will get worse if certain people are in there than others, but ultimately, it's all about you exercising your right.
No doubt.
Because trust and believe, if you've been on this earth at least 15 or so years, you've seen a bunch of people try to take away your damn rights.
No
And
doubt.
they're still actively trying to do it, or try to make it harder for you to vote. I mean, we're going to probably be in poll tax mode soon, the way some states are going. In regard to, oh, well, your area is dumb poor. You got to have an ID to vote where you didn't need to have one. And if you don't got money, 35 to 40 or 50 bones is a lot of damn money.
No doubt.
And what have you. Or we're going to shut down these many polling stations where you might have been able to be only 5 minutes away. Now you're going to be like 30, 45 minutes away. There's a lot of game playing going on with all of this type of stuff. And ultimately, whoever gets up in there, we need to exercise our right to get people up there, or to just say screw it to the stuff in general, because I'm not going to be the person who says I endorse Hillary, or I endorse the Democratic Party wholeheartedly, and nothing else like that. You need to earn my vote. If you don't earn my vote, I'll vote for a third party. There's plenty of third parties. We're in a few big democracies where they extremely actively try to shut down third parties. You don't ever see somebody in the third party in any of these debates. Because some people are scared of having new ideas introduced to people. There's a reason why they talk about you got to get like a certain percentage before they even give you matching funds if you're part of a third party. They don't want other ideas, but quite frankly, the people on the street always have new ideas, always have new concepts, and we got to push them from the streets to the boardrooms to the government to everything in between.
No doubt.
Yeah, but basically, again, you got to earn the black vote. I'm tired of people like trying to tell like, well, if shit goes bad, you don't vote for Hillary, it's your fault they ain't get it. It ain't my fucking fault. If Hillary or Bernie, whoever else don't get the fuck in there, that's because they did a poor job trying to sell shit. They did a poor job trying to get votes. If they gotta get these white men and white women, they go through all these hoops and stuff to get their vote, they need to get my fucking vote that way too as a black American. That's the bottom fucking line. Period. Lord knows we've given you enough shit ever since we've been around here. You might as well try to earn our fucking vote. If nothing else. But, yeah, that had a conversation that pissed me off. I had to get into that a little bit. Let's see here. All the trials for the Baltimore, police officers in the death of Freddie Gray have currently been halted. Which is some bullshit.
No doubt.
And whatnot. And a lot of it is coming down to the, first officer who they had the, trial for, William Porter, having his, current mistrial where they weren't able to find a decision is messing up the entire system, because while he might be able to get immunity if he testifies against other people, he still will have to go through a case. So they're trying to say that he can't risk self-incrimination. So at the moment they're delaying that for the next few months. I think it's garbage. I'm not necessarily a conspiracy person, but I kind of feel this was done on purpose.
No doubt.
Like, oh, it's a little more quiet now. Let's, just say it's the system of justice rolling or whatever nonsense they say. But, we'll get into more of that type of stuff later. A little bit of interesting Hollywood news, which it is surprising. It's not a surprise, especially after all the controversy with, the Oscars being pretty much alabastered out again and stuff. Oscars so white and all of that. We talked during the last show about, the upcoming Miles Davis movie that Don Cheadle is doing. And he's been interviewing about it, and one interesting thing he said about the Miles Ahead movie was that the major hurdle that he had with doing the movie and getting like a distributor was the fact that he did not have a white co-star for a long time.
That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood to a T. It's not necessarily a shocker for me, but it's one of those things I'm just here like, we keep telling y'all that our shit is not really respected. And a story about Miles Davis, who, you know, definitely musical genius, definitely, you know, push boundaries on a bunch of stuff that need the boundaries to be pushed on, while being a complex human being and on certain levels, on personal levels, dickish or whatever. Interesting guy, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a historical guy in America. Was that they needed to have, you know, the pseudo-white friend as a part of the story, or, you know, somebody observing it was supposed to be like this Rolling Stone reporter to be a foil to Miles Davis. And, you know, Don Cheadle was, like, diplomatic about it, you know what I mean? He's like, you know, the fact that Ewan McGregor, the actor in it, is cool. I think he's fantastic in the movie, but them having that, he straight up said, that was a component of allowing us to even have a budget to get the film made. Like, God, what was that movie, the Steve Biko movie back in the day? Yeah. Damn, I can't. That Steve Biko movie back in the day. I can't think of the title right now.
Was that the one by Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, you gotta remember that movie barely had Steve Biko in it. That had, like, that white dude and that white chick in it the majority of the time. Like, it's bugged out that even in modern day Hollywood, where it's not like movies with black leads or leads of people of color or women leads that aren't white women don't make money. Look at Star Wars, one of the highest grossing movies of all time, is like one of the most diverse cast in Hollywood for a long time. But you still got folks like, no, we can have the black folks tell their story and get a budget. What you mean?
Yo, big up to Robert Townsend. I remember hearing him on DC radio speaking truth to power recently, and about how there's like thousands of movies. I heard the brother say there's thousands of movies made in Hollywood and only like 6 really that are green lighted that are like have black people in them or that are black oriented. So, you know, there's an imbalance there, obviously. And what's even deeper about, like, the deep movies really aren't getting made. We have these old party and bullshit movies, which is cool sometimes. But, when that's the only thing that gets green-lighted, in other words, the images that's projected, and people got to remember here Hollywood's history. The first stereotypical racist images furnished in America were co-signed by Hollywood or presented by Hollywood. So, we're on another end of that spectrum. We're another part of that spectrum. And so, it was good about the internet is that it allows people to do things independently. And hopefully, that's where a lot of these black people who got all this money, as opposed to bragging about it, you should make it easy for there to be outlets for people to have people to show movies, maybe just be houses, buildings to show them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of burning money, pissing money off, and you're going to do that anyway, but do something that you could get a tax write-off off and have it so, individuals could have black movies, whatever. If they don't want to show me, okay, we'll build something and then have that where black movies can be shown. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, or we'll build movie studios and, where we can go, where we can go, see our stuff. And of course there's the internet and DVDs or whatever, so stuff is going to get through on that line. But at the end of the day, it will be them, and they will push an agenda that is deeper than race. They're not putting black images that are really what black is. not a weaker version of it, which we allow ourselves to partake in, but what is and what can be, you know, that's beyond race. You know, that's it's beyond mind control. That's, you know, we're reaching into God control. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, endorse what is good and keep it moving on everything else.
No doubt. I mean, it's an interesting scenario when it comes to all of this type of stuff, because I'm a believer you got to do both. Like, ultimately, you need to work and build on your own all the time, but we have a society that has taken so much from us and uses us, including definitely in the realm of entertainment.
No doubt.
Definitely in the realm of entertainment. You gotta be like, you know, when we had the entire controversy with these nominations of the Oscars and just Hollywood in general and things in the first place. It's like, y'all use people's labor, you show folks off, you do everything up, but it's like, oh, your work is cool enough for us to make money off of. And to be like, look, we're, you know, not a whole box of saltines here at Hollywood, but we can't acknowledge your talent, though. So when people have this type of thing, it's like nobody's saying that you're supposed to have like a Negro category in the Academy Award, or the Tonys, or the Grammys, or whatever else. But recognize people's talents like on an equal basis, like you say you're going to. Like there's some stuff, you know, full and damn well, it's like, really, that got nominated? Or this person got ignored, and it was like, you know, the rants and raves of everything, but this ain't worth it though. And when people look at all this stuff with entertainment at large, it's like, you're good enough to have people to dance for, to sing for, to bone, or lust after, or do whatever else. But when they want to be there like, I am a person, two, a person who is proud to be black, that causes all kinds of problems.
No.
Even if it's just the imagery of it. Like, you know, remember all the people bugging out over Beyonce. You listen to that Beyonce song, there ain't shit revolutionary in that fucking song. And this is not a diss, because everything does not have to be that way, but let's keep it real. There ain't shit revolutionary in that song. But what got people pissed was there were no white people in it but cops. And it was a whole bunch of black folks talking about, you know, doing like, you know, stunting like, we styling, we black. And, you know, imagery being anti-police brutality, because apparently being anti-police brutality still means you hate everybody. The way a bunch of Americans are right now. Like, maybe I actually want to get arrested if I committed a crime instead of getting shot in the street. Or being assumed to be a criminal, and you see these, you know, white cats who are driving around shooting a bunch of people, they get to go to jail. Do other stuff. They get to live. You know, you wear the wrong clothing and raise your voice too high, you might be dead or crippled. But, you know, people don't want to hear that, though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, speaking of, I've been kind of loving Black History Month 2016 because it's let all the racists out.
No doubt.
Like, racists get mad when they're like, Black History on the internet, and you bugging about certain stuff. They're like, well, why y'all being loud? Because y'all don't respect us, for one. And secondly, why aren't we supposed to be proud of our history? The history we're making right now must let the history in the past.
No doubt.
Why the fuck y'all pissed off? You know what I'm saying? Y'all having a fit over Kendrick Lamar performance at the Grammys, which, by the way, was great. Of All Right and other stuff, because he had Negroes coming in with prison outfits and breaking out of chains.
No doubt.
And, you know, doing other stuff and, you know, showing the symbolism from slavery to the prison system to getting free as a black person today.
No
mad
doubt.
at Beyonce and them for just remotely symbolizing the Black Panthers in visuals at the Super Bowl, because she was supposed to be y'all safe Negro girl. Y'all could want to fuck her and dance like her, but you could have folks be there like, wait a minute, this even on this smaller level, I'm going to show that I'm still black, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've had conversations with people about all this type of stuff. I'm about to wrap this up, but it's like, if just the imagery of blackness, and not just necessarily blackness as a whole, but I mean, because I am still a diasporic person, but being proud of being Black American, even on just a visual basis, is still looked at as an attack.
No.
Just on that basis, much less if you actually have a political mindset that's about overthrowing corruption in the system that screws over, again, everybody except white men. that just gets people so riled up, and I really enjoy it right now. I think I'm at this stage. I just enjoy people coming out and just losing their minds. I'm like, I know who you are now.
No doubt about it.
Thank you. Have a great day. Blackish, which actually is a good show. People haven't seen Blackish yet. They had a great episode where they had Anthony Anderson and Tracy Ellis Ross as the parents of these kids talking about a police brutality case. And everybody had their different opinions on it and stuff. And people lost their fucking shit on Twitter about it, who were not people of color, because they even brought the shit up. And it's still a comedy show, but it still touched base on a serious subject. So you had both sides of it. But you had people like, that's divisive. How is it divisive? Is it divisive because it's making you question how you function every single day? Well, you should. If you're not prejudiced or an asshole or a racist dick, then you shouldn't have no problem seeing some stuff like that. You should be like, good. The worst I might do is have a tough conversation, but I'm not that person. I'm not trying to have my peoples be those people.
No doubt.
I'm happy to see folks dumb uncomfortable. Because, yes, I personally believe Beyonce knows how to play the fuck out of people with that pop machine. They were just mad that we got turned against them on just a small level. And people are going to still go to that fucking show she does. You got cops having all these little tantrums about, we're not going to provide security. In the perfect alternate universe, she would hire the Nation of Islam. I would cry laughing. I would cry laughing. And I'm not even the biggest Beyonce fan, even though granted Farrakhan said they do it if she wants it.
Or she'd hire somebody as security that was all black.
Hire all black or all minority security. In a perfect world, that would be the way it is, and I would just die crying because that would be the most excellent thing. However, as a broadcaster, we have not heard if any of these offers have been brought in yet. But I'm just saying, like, blackness, when it can't be controlled and in its best form, pisses people the fuck off, and I think it's great.
Well,
I think it's fantastic. Now, of course, I want to have it all be with genuine hearts and mind and stuff, and not be used just to provoke, because, again, I think some of it is that way. I'm not saying that people don't have good intention and everybody does their thing in their own way. Everybody's not going to be passing Van Cernema books around in DVDs of lecturers and stuff. But I just like the lessons that this show with various people. I just like it. Go on, sorry.
No, I would agree on that. I'm not going to get on this too long, but the aspect of people showing a different side of themselves, and I've just had people I have met, whether it was coworkers or whether it was people that I came across, that, and what's funny is that people will try to make you feel ashamed that you study. I'm from Jersey, so my life, my understanding, I'm from New York and I was raised in Jersey. My life and my understanding is not based on no books. You know, this ain't book knowledge Johnny and that's all he knows. You know, cats from around just from coming up around my way, I was reminded of that. So, you know, I knew, and just by experience, I knew that all of that was a component. I said that to say that Black History is about us studying about ourselves, about people in general, because everybody comes from black folks. You know, everybody knows that. You know, some people say the original black people came out of India. Some people say it came out of Nile Valley. Whichever side that you take on that, you know, everybody comes out of that. And the oldest bones, even of us to date, are not in the New World or in India. It's still in Africa. Central Africa to the now Central Lakes region to, what is that, White Nile Bulau, and then to the Nile that goes to the Mediterranean. One part branches off and goes to like Central Africa. And the ancients believe that they came from there. You know, so, you know, everything, and what's funny in those regions today, you got modern corporations pimping the earth, trying to get stuff from the earth to be able to function in cell phones and laptops. So it's funny, you know. Black people are still around because they need black people. You know, I read these ancient texts. Some of these things are like 4,000 or 5,000 years old. I get off on that, reading stuff by our people that's 4,000 years old. It confirms what I've already been doing or what I was told to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing. People don't know, and I'm still learning as time goes on. Just a little brief, because we haven't really touched on African history, Black history, whatever. This is brief, just something brief for people who don't read, and just a reminder of people who maybe study. People don't realize that part of the wars against Black people, whether they were in Africa or India or in North America, South America, were as a result of them needing things to survive. People don't realize that outside of the Black world, people didn't live past 30 because they know in the Black world is where all the spices were. And those spices allowed them to live longer. All this medicine, the modern medical industry is based upon the knowledge of ancient Black people. That medical symbol with the snake around that's based off ideas of the ancient Camites or the ancient Egyptians. Symbolism. So, people don't want Black people to awaken to that. Some Black people are never going to awaken to that. Because there's two types of Black people. There's Black people with souls and Black people without. And there are Black people who without souls who are going to do anything in their power to prevent that from being really broadcasted, like racist white people, or like racist Asians, and like racist Latins, or racist Hispanics. They're going to push by all their means necessary to prevent you from knowing that. And do sneaky means at doing that. Like allying with people who don't like you, or what have you. You might not necessarily even be a threat to them, but the fact that you represent that in some ways, that's a problem to them. Because I've starting to study, my parents would buy me, would talk to me and just would be straight up real people, but was buying me books when I was a kid. And those, they passed on, but I keep those books because it's like special, because I think they knew that, Black people coming out of slavery, it's like the movie The Matrix. It's like the movie Total Recall, that we didn't know who we are, and we had to wake up to that reality. That waking up meant beyond economics and politics and getting on the standing on the world stage again. That meant people don't want to necessarily, get into the ancient information that, there was a virus that affected this world from something in the spirit world. And that virus had a problem with Black people. And so we're dealing with the residuals, and that problem, to keep it short, that virus or that spiritual virus didn't want Black people to know about themselves and then to rise back and to form what they created. Remember, in nature, they talk about they want to use you as a battery. Exactly. Keep you in reincarnation, you don't learn the truth. Get you into what I call Kool-Aid sugar religion. Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. Keep you into that, and then keep your ass in believing something that ain't true, and then they can keep using you. Like the angel said, we can reincarnate back into bullshit. Stuck in that loop. You know what I'm saying? And I said all that to say is that Black history, out of my years of studying and being passed on, because this is passed on. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that the Creator Most High put that in my family, that it was passed on. It's like we're passing on information, passing on old music. That's what we're supposed to do. It's not going to be dominated by that. It's supposed to. Black people who speak against that ain't really Black folks. Those white folks with deep tans. That's what they is. That's what we're supposed to do. The fact that we haven't spoken more on Black history in Black History Month is, in a sense, surprise to me. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily what Mary is saying ain't doing, but what I ain't saying ain't doing. So, so if we went a little long-winded, excuse me. But there's some of us who needed that. You know what I'm saying? So, but, it's all good. And, definitely, if you're a Black person that wants to read, or a person wants to read, definitely go support your Black bookstores, and there'll be information on that. There's information on there that'll, the Christian find out about the Bible. There's information about that, and whatever religion you're in, you can find out about that, or just find out about stuff that don't have to be ancient. It could be stuff that from the last 100 years, but a lot of that ancient stuff gives you a proper understanding of the lead up until now and how certain things are, and just what things were doing. You might get the impression that claim that people were only flying when white folks did. People were flying in the ancient world, but that information, got it. And that's another thing about Black history. Black history is not necessarily told at its best.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's not told at its best within the university settings because they're not going to allow you to teach certain things because they have to confirm with what the Bible says. So man can't go past 5,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Or we can't get information like that. So it's interesting. You should study to know thyself, black man and woman.
No doubt. And yeah, but this is why I get on Black History rants every single Black History Month or what have you. Because quite frankly, if we don't respect our history, who's going to?
No.
Whether it's new stuff that's going down or, definitely older stuff and everything in between, and being able to interpret stuff on your own. I mean, even us, we talk about various, but ultimately this type of thing is for you to be able to absorb media and, be able to interpret stuff on your own and to find your own decision and your own type of stuff. You're not supposed to just take, a whole bunch of stuff and keep it moving. I mean, there's some people that's going to be like, look, this is some bullshit. I'm going to keep it moving, all right? And there's some folks that's like, there's some good information, but other shit that there's might be problematic. You're supposed to have a critical mind and go through all this stuff and keep it moving because you don't necessarily, throw the baby out with the bathwater, but you also don't want to think that bathwater is, some bullshit as bathwater either. You know what I mean? So, speaking of, on a quick side note, before we get into like one or two more things and wrap it up before we get into the music, shouts out to everybody who's been giving, really good feedback on, two of the things we've been doing during Black History Month on the social networking. One of which is, trying to push supporting black podcasts more in general and what have you, because this is the big frontier for independent black media with folks who have independent minds and views and ways of expression. Especially in the modern day, in the modern era. There's a lot of great folks who do awesome black podcasts. I subscribe to quite a few. I've been learning about a lot more during the past month because of the support black podcast movement that we've, been on and what have you. And, yes, it's been kind of cool to have folks recommend stuff to us or find people who, found us out because of that. And whatever. Secondly, during Black History Month on Facebook and Twitter, I've been doing a thing called 29 Days of Black Love Songs because we got 29 days this February. And it's been like different kinds of love songs, whether it's romantic love, friendship love, community love, the ups and downs of it, etc. I've been sharing on both of those mediums.
No doubt.
And that's been really cool in seeing how folks been digging certain stuff because people who know me or like maybe just ran to the show for the first time, you're gonna kind of realize that our musical tastes run all over the map.
No doubt.
So we've had jazz joints, hip hop joints, house joints, of course soul and R&B, instrumental joints, vocals, some stuff that has spoken word the entire night. It's been a fun little exercise in general. It's been just kind of cool seeing how folks connect with it. So I want to shout out all the folks on those ends. So yeah. And of course our show. So shout out to everybody who's been digging all the stuff that we do. And since we've been on the entire black media, black history, and black entertainers in general talk, let me get into this recent little bit of news right quick. Then I'm just going to be super fast on this other stuff so we can get into the music. Just came in to the newswire here. Melissa Harris Perry is pissed off at MSNBC. She's for those who aren't familiar with Melissa Harris Perry, she has her show on MSNBC. She's a black lady professor and all that.
All right.
That's a weekend show. And people have heard me talk on and off about stuff with her. Most of her stuff is not terribly problematic, even though there's parts here and there I'm just here like, really, girl? You're that far removed from regular black life because of academia and being on TV. Okay. Type of stuff. But, and people probably see more of that online with me than on the show. I mean, we've had mentions of her here and there. But anyway, she's saying she's refusing to go on the MSNBC show she's hosting this weekend following several weeks of preemptions and what she describes as a loss of editorial control. I'm reading this from the New York Times website. In an email sent to people she worked with this week, which was obtained by the New York Times, Ms. Harris Perry said her show had effectively been taken away from her and that she felt worthless in the eyes of NBC News executives. To quote, "Here is the reality. Our show has taken, without comment or discussion or notice, in the midst of an election season. After 4 years of building an audience, developing a brand, and developing trust of our viewers, we were effectively and utterly silenced." In a phone interview, Ms. Harris Perry confirmed that she would not appear on the show this weekend. She said she received no word about whether her show, which runs from 10 a.m. to noon on Saturdays and Sundays, had been canceled, but said she was frustrated at her time slot had been preempted for coverage of the presidential election. She said she had not appeared on the network at all for weeks, and she was mostly sidelined during the recent election coverage in South Carolina and New Hampshire. In her email, Ms. Harris Perry wrote that she was not sure if NBC News chairman Andrew Lack or Phil Griffin, the MSNBC president, were involved in a way to have her show handled recently, but she directed the blame towards them both. "I will not be used as a tool for their purposes," she wrote. "I am not a token, mammy, or little brown bobblehead. I am not owned by Lack, Griffin, or MSNBC. I love our show. I want it back." Ms. Harris Perry is black, and Mr. Lack and Mr. Griffin are white. In the phone interview on Friday, Ms. Harris Perry clarified her remarks and said she did not think that race played a role in her recent absence in air. "I don't know if there's a personal racial component," she said. "I don't know if someone is doing something mean to me because I'm a black person." And there's more stuff that goes on. I'm of two minds with this, okay? If they're screwing with you in a genuine way and it's not just like ratings or other types of stuff and it's because of your race or sex, that is fucked up. That is fucked up. On another note, what the fuck do you expect? I'm sorry to be harsh. I'm sorry to be messed up, but it's like, look, you think those white folks love you? No matter what the audience you brought in, do you think they really care about you? They let their own go, much less black folks who even semi-deviate from what they feel is a controllable norm. And Melissa Harris Perry is not a radical by any means, but she's done enough to gain an audience, which for some people is a scary thing, especially an audience that's going to be more diverse than their usual demographics. It skews younger and skews more diverse. I think Miss Harris Perry is, quite frankly, naive. If you've been preempted for weeks and they really haven't told you stuff or whatever, they're getting your ass out the door, man. And I think you got to prepare yourself to move on. Because ultimately, when you get to these bigger stations, the vast majority of people of color, especially if you are remotely anywhere past a shade of pastel, they don't care about you but to fill a diversity quota. They don't care. I think you got caught up in the mix thinking that these people do care about you. These are the same stations who have essentially given Donald Trump free press coverage where he barely had to pay anything for commercial because he's always on these stations. You know what mentality that dude has and the party that, he's with and rolling with and backing up has. I think we need to be everywhere in terms of representation as black folks, but I think when you get to certain echelons, you need to be on your toes more than I think she was. So I'm curious to see how this goes or whatever, but quite frankly, I think when certain black people in media get to certain higher places, they rest on their laurels too quickly.
No doubt.
And that gets you ready to be pushed off and attacked so they can put in somebody else. So, I hope the best for Professor Perry and all of that, but I think you and the MHP show need to find another place to go. If you've been preempted for weeks, it's a wrap for you, because we still got a long election to go. You think they ain't going to preempt all these, preempt other stuff? You're a little crazy. They still got sharpened in them other folks there. Quite frankly, they don't even need you for the black component. I hate to say it. Need to be blunt. But that's just how it is, yo. And they don't like black men on those stations. You think they like black women more? I really don't think so. If you're not like a Stacey Dash Coon, they ain't beat for you. So,
no doubt.
I'm curious to see how this goes. Sorry.
But, I would agree with her. And there was something that I just had forgotten to say with what I was saying that kind of fits in. That I definitely think that they don't need you when you're not playing a role. But they need black bodies. People on Black History Month should understand that. When you see these white boys with black women, a lot of that is, of course, it's because of sex, because they know that, or they've heard about what black women provide in that area. But it's also about genes. They need our genes. Like that supplement, if you go into health food for, you see melatonin, you gotta get that from human beings. Originally, it was tried to get it from cows, but the cows didn't produce enough. So they had to get it from human beings. So when you see these black wars, you better believe that they got scientists there that picking up black bodies. Just like they were doing, there's a book called Medical Apartheid. And they were talking
Very
about
good book.
How,
I had to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, and how this lady did research on the things that they did to black people in this country. Globally, but more focusing on this country, and how one part of this country, how there was riots in cities like New York and other places because there were people stealing black bodies for black cemeteries, and or doing foul medical practices, and getting the parts from the bodies because they needed parts, and also they knew that black parts would be able to provide them with something that they didn't have naturally or that they weren't born with. So they do need that. They need the stuff that comes out of black brains, out of the pituitary gland and out of the pineal gland, and this, which makes up the supplement melatonin. So, that's why I go back to that foreign policy thing. A lot of these things related to genetic wars. And they need black people. Once they've mastered that, once you look at the history, because the church had to pick the brains of the ancient Egyptian priests before they killed them off and put them aside, and then came what they call the first church, or what later became the Roman Catholic Church. They milk and manipulate us, kind of like hip hop, kind of like R&B, kind of like jazz, and they manipulate that and then because that was something special that came out of the black brain. So it's interesting that people would feel ashamed, or people want to bleach their skin, or people want to get tummy tucks or plastic surgery. Because in the end of the day, that's what you were born with, and you're beautiful. But people just step off and keep it moving. This is a spiritual warfare. That's kind of the reason why things are kind of confused. And some of the people who are the puppets don't necessarily won't acknowledge that. But if you start trying to stop people's progression and have a problem with them and they ain't Christian, then that means it's a spiritual warfare. All right?
Yes, no doubt. Spiritual warfare and or people who are just on some bullshit. Because sometimes it's just that for whatever reason people want to, drag folks down.
It's definitely.
If you're not a hostile, well, I believe it's an and, but I gotta talk about it to everybody. You know what I mean? Like we all had different faith systems. Hell, the two of us had different faith systems. So you just got to put it in a certain perspective. But yeah, man. And actually, that's you don't even know what I'm talking about because you're not in the studio today, unfortunately. But you just are great with the segues right now. Because there's one legal case I wanted to bring up, then two short music things, and this other stuff we'll talk about next week. We'll be in a good
all praise to the Most High God. All praise to the Most High
God. Case that happened in Alabama that a lot of people sent to us earlier this week. The family of an Alabama woman was awarded $72 million over a link to talcum powder with ovarian cancer.
Yep. I had heard about that too.
This particular link I'm reading from right now is from the AL.com, Alabama.com.
I recently heard that from some underground physicians and underground nutritionists who really only get their stuff out in lectures or DVD form. Either you go to the lecture and meet them, or you see it on DVD. And I heard a brother say something about that, I saw it in the DVD over a year ago, but it didn't take place in 2015 though. So that is definitely not new information.
No, but definitely is not. And this is one of these cases that got brought up. Let me just get a little quick lead into detail. A St. Louis jury ruled that pharmaceutical giant Johnson & Johnson has to pay the family of a Tarrant woman $72 million for her claims that the company's talcum powder products she used caused her ovarian cancer. The verdict on Monday was the first case against Johnson & Johnson over a link between talc and ovarian cancer that resulted in damages. Gerard Beasley, principal and founder of the Montgomery-based Beasley Allen law firm, said in a telephone press conference Tuesday morning. A jury in North Dakota found against the company earlier but did not award damages. Jacqueline Fox, black lady, of Tarrant, was among 60 women who sued Johnson & Johnson after being diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Fox's case was the first to come to trial amongst that group of women. The company now faces hundreds of other lawsuits. After the month-long trial, the jury in the St. Louis Circuit Court awarded Fox's family $10 million in actual damages and $62 million in punitive damages. The jury found Johnson & Johnson guilty of negligence, conspiracy, and fraud. Fox, 62, died October 6th before her case went to trial. She had used Johnson & Johnson's baby powder and shower for feminine hygiene for more than 35 years, her lawyer said. Beasley predicted cosmetic companies will now put warning labels on their talc products. This case is a tremendous signal to Johnson & Johnson and all the other cosmetic companies. And as you said from some of the stuff you've heard about earlier, which we didn't really talk about this, which was interesting. This type of thing has been going on for a while, and to just grab up a quick quote from the article. Beasley said through experts at the trial they were able to make the link of talc to ovarian cancer. We are able to prove statistically that 1,500 women have died every year from the association of talc and ovarian cancer. Lawyers had strong internal documents that showed the company knew the risk of its talc products and ovarian cancer as far back as the 1980s.
Yeah.
He pointed to one document in 1997 where a paid consultant had warned the company what the studies were showing. Beasley also had documents showing the company was discussing in the early 2000s how to protect potential lawsuits and about getting a female oncologist to get the rules out, their message out. They were basically self-regulated and know that they can get away with just about anything. That's some deep shit, y'all.
No doubt.
It's not like it's the first time this type of stuff has happened to the American public, period, much less anybody of color or any other type of stuff. But reading up on this case and some of the other stuff from other articles, this was just a very deep situation, and this one of those things that makes you know you got to stay on your toes or you got to think about certain stuff. Because, I mean, you have people who've been pushing certain propaganda about use this, do that, or whatever for a minute, but if you got to sit back and be there like, this is kind of weird, why am I doing this? And then certain stuff happens, and when you try to find information, people block you. It's, a lot of folks only care about their bottom line, unfortunately, whether it's their bottom line for saving their ass or for cash. And it's unfortunate that you got people who are sick or dying because of stuff like this. And what have you. And it's really unfortunate that this lady who was brave enough to get with a group of people to push against a very huge corporation. Like Johnson & Johnson is actually based in the town where I went to college, which is New Brunswick, New Jersey, with Rutgers.
No doubt.
Huge fucking corporation. That's like their original home is like New Brunswick and North Brunswick. Just side note for Jersey people. But, these cats had all the backup. But still, at least on one level, some form of justice prevailed.
No doubt.
And I just wanted to bring that up because Lord knows during some of these times we could bring that stuff up. Real quick right now. Prince is going to start doing a whole bunch of surprise shows in North America.
No doubt.
Where they're going to be usually 1 to 2 shows that are going to be announced via Live Nation and what have you. And this is going to be a lot of stuff in terms of people just being on the web and looking for clues and other types of stuff. So I don't know if Prince or somebody representing him is listening. Y'all need to have something in the DC metro area, please.
No doubt. I saw Prince at Radio City.
Nice.
I saw Prince at Radio City Music Hall in the 90s. And I remember seeing Spike Lee, Madonna, a couple other famous folk in there. And it sounded like he had a CD playing. That's how tight the band was. I thought the nigga was playing instrumentals and them niggas was fronting. the band was that tight, it sounded like there was a studio recording. A Prince show is definitely worth it.
No doubt. Like, God, it was a few years ago. I saw him at the Ausar Center in northern New Jersey, because he was doing a show where he was raising money for some Harlem nonprofits and some other stuff.
No doubt.
And that show was him, Gloria Estefan, Maceo Parker, Janelle Monáe before she got Janelle Monáe.
Word.
And other folks. That show was fucking crazy, and he did 3 encores.
Word.
And while people can be like, that dude's a bit of a weirdo, or maybe not be into certain stuff he's into, spiritually, whatever else, he's talented as shit, y'all.
No doubt.
Whether you believe in a higher power, or the universe, or DNA, or whatever, that dude is wildly talented.
No doubt.
And like the Black Hawk said, his band, oh my God. Ridiculous. And these were people who were just standing still. Singers were singing, people were hopping around, all of that. And Prince is maybe 5'2" of energy.
Prince is definitely God, high priest of black music.
You know, that dude is on it. There's a reason why he still has a black fro, and he's in his upper 50s.
He's able to take that to another level. Even if he didn't play all those instruments, he still would be considered a God and high priest. But because he took it to that level, and I think that the effect that his music has on people, or the effect music has, and he's also a person that wanted to be fairly treated within the game and stood his ground on certain things, was able to keep his name. So, you know, he showed a real strong side of himself by doing that. You know, definitely I think you should get as much as you can about Prince. Prince got a lot of stuff where if you don't not a Prince fan, you might not know those recordings exist. Cause I think,
no question.
So, I got both my brothers were Prince fans, and I just remember when Prince was real big and I was a kid, that every time Prince was being played in the house, or there was just a lot of women around, and Prince is definitely, he definitely got the baby making music and just, the good. He's kind of a good fusion of the stuff from the past. Prince is probably one of the better examples of an amalgamation or fusion of the stuff from the past. A little bit of Sly Stone, of course, some James, some Earth, Wind, and Fire elements, of course, some P-Funk elements, Prince got elements of the cats from the 60s and the 50s, too. So, he's an amalgamate of black music. And he got the rock Jimi Hendrix thing going on, which most people on black radio don't got a rock component. Prince got that. And,
sorry.
Nah, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, Prince does such a diverse mix of music, and still has the energy and all the other type of good stuff behind it. He is definitely a creative force to behold. Nothing else. Even if you don't necessarily like Prince music, that dude is a force.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And there's still a reason why his Super Bowl performance is in most people's top 3 ever since the Super Bowl has existed.
No doubt.
Because that Joe would say, you might literally be well, it's Prince. Somewhere in your mix, it's probably Prince, Michael Jackson, and for some folks, they might battle between Beyonce and somebody else. All black people, actually, if you think about it. But,
no doubt.
It is what it is, in terms of stuff being dope or whatever. There's a reason why they put some color in this year's Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that man is on point, and if he comes around your way and you got some bread, even if it's the quote unquote cheap seats, I recommend seeing a Prince show. And it's not to put anything on a dark note or whatever, but lots of people are transitioning lately. And if you get a chance to see some music greats, young or old, and you have the funds and stuff to do so, go ahead and do it. Go on ahead and do it. But yeah, I thought that was cool. So hopefully he comes around a way when one of us can run through and see it and talk about it and gush and all that good stuff. Sequence might sue Bruno Mars for Uptown Funk. For those people who are familiar, Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson just took the Record of the Year Grammy for that song. And now some of those folks are looking like, hey, this sounds a little too similar to Funk You Up, the joint they did in 1979.
Well, let me say something briefly, real quick. I remember I had a little debate with one of Mary's girlfriends from New Jersey, and I remember saying that I liked it, but I remember she said something that makes me feel that corresponds with this court case now. She said that the reason why she didn't like it was because it sounded like almost it reminded her too much of stuff from the past. And I said that's the reason why I liked it, because you know most people are not going to be able to generate that type of whatever. They're going to imitate it. And so, if they can imitate what the Black Giants of the past did, and that's cool, and they got a brother like Bruno Mars lacing the vocals, and I think he did a good job. However, I do agree with Sister from East Orange, though, that though I like it for doing that, because that song wouldn't have been able to pull it off if Mark Ronson was singing it. They needed a Negro. He just Bruno Mars on the Puerto Rican end, but those of us who lived in New York or even on to Puerto Rico know there's some black people who are Puerto Rican in New York, and you wouldn't know it unless they opened their mouth or they told you. And but for Mark, they needed that Negro force on there to be able to pull it off, really. You know what I'm saying? But I do. It's no doubt. I mean, almost every part of that song reminds me of something from the past. When it breaks down at the very end where the drum pattern changed, that sounds like some drums I heard from an old soul record. Just almost every part of that record is almost a cut and paste from. It's almost like they sampled. See, that's what people don't get it twisted. What he did was sampling. It's just he had niggas play it over. That's all he did. And if it would have been about 20 years ago, they'd have been like, oh, they sampled whatever, or he just did the same thing. Now somebody's just checking him on it. That's all.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. And I'm looking at this, and I don't know, man. I'm curious to see how it goes, because I've listened to both songs and all that. I can definitely see there's an influence. I think the influence is undeniable. In terms of at least, the funk you right on up part that Sequence does in comparison, Bruno Mars and them doing the uptown funk you up, that type of joint.
Yeah. I
can see that part. Other parts, I don't necessarily know. I had to sit back on things a few times, but I mean, they ended up kicking up that writing credit to Morris Day and even Trinidad James and some other people. So who knows? They might just nip it in the bud and call it a day. They might not want to go through that nonsense that Robin Thicke and Pharrell put themselves into. By the way.
No. It's funny that you said the Morris
Day family.
When I saw the Morris Day influence, I was almost mad at him. I was like, y'all should leave him alone. He did it well. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I guess that's what people do. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw the Morris Day thing, I was like, y'all trying to blend everything black into one presentation, and that's just like the icing on, because Morris Day was kind of part of the Prince clique, or Prince, that era of sound of, Midwest or whatever. So, or at least so they maybe will win that case, but they definitely were sampling from the past on that record, no doubt about it.
Oh, no question. I mean, if anything, I think them not getting sued, or at least being able to acknowledge that, look, yeah, we got mad influences in here. Let's call it a day, and everybody can eat.
No doubt.
Hopefully they'll do the same if this is that particular scenario. And side note, speaking of Black history, I don't know how many people know this, Angie Stone's been in the game for a long fucking time, because she was in Sequence.
No doubt.
For people who didn't know, she's been doing this at Sugar Hill Records. And if you see the cover of the Sugar Hill Presents Sequence joint, it's Angie Stone in 80s as all fuck makeup and clothing.
No doubt.
Coming at the cover now, and it's kind of funny looking at that shit like, wow, that's 80s as, that bang is 80s as fuck. But,
you can't escape the 80s.
That joint is there.
That's what I'm saying. That's a perfect example. That's a perfect example how when people say, oh, that's old, but y'all doing regurgitate stuff from the 80s, though. So it's like, it is your real mind, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't escape that. You're going to do it one way or another. It's going to be going to be through something else, but it's going to be there.
Look, in 2010, you've been influenced by, in the 2010s, you've been influenced by something from the past by now. It doesn't mean you're like doing a hard copy or anything, but you've been influenced, and you know, if you're sampling some shit from back in the day, just be like, I'm sampling it. Don't try to front. Don't try to be like that old shit is whack and you sampling something that's older than what you're doing.
No.
That's ridiculous from anybody. I'm not saying you gotta sweat that stuff from back in the day, but if your backbeat is pretty much like something I could hear on like the slow jam station just sped up and it's just that sample, come on, guy or girl. Come on. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting little story that came up around our way. And lastly, since we're right on the mark actually with what I want to do with the talk. To end things on a bit of another note, and we'll still keep it on the music end. We did talk about NYC rapper Pumpkinhead passing away a little while ago.
Yeah.
He is going to be honored with a street in Park Slope area of Brooklyn being renamed after him and whatnot.
All right.
Pumpkinhead was also original name is Robert Diaz and all of that. And they've approved the renaming of DeGraw Street between 4th Street and 5th Avenues for him. And I know New York's actually doing that type of thing a bit more, which actually New York City should do that.
No.
Because hip-hop is definitely a huge part of New York City.
And
modern day New York City. No doubt. So it's like how that stretch of Sedgwick Avenue where Kool Herc and them did they thing is going to be also dubbed Hip Hop Boulevard. So more of that's happening, and I think it's because more people of multiple ends grew up in different parts of hip hop generations. So I thought that was cool or whatever, and especially with a cat like Pumpkin, who was like more of an underground indie cat, but was very community active and other types of things. To have that go down as a memorial to him and his family and the hip hop world at large is cool. So big ups to all of those folks, and shouts to people over at the in the city who hit me up with that article from DNA Info. And yeah, man, that's about it. We had a nice little talk. We kept it right in the order I wanted to keep the time frame in, so it wouldn't be too long, but long enough. We touched base on a lot of things.
All right.
Oh, and shout out to Nature Sound. I just got an email. This new era MF Doom cap is kind of banging. Too bad I don't wear snapback caps. Metal face villain joint.
What's the new Doom joint?
It's a new hat. He had supposedly, because it's been supposedly coming out damn near since I moved back to the DC metro area. Supposedly that Ghostface Doom album is finally supposed to be dropping this year.
Oh, okay.
And whatnot. The Doom's always working on one thing or another. And I just got an email where they got some new Doom gear that they're selling, and one of them is like an official new era Doom kit that has like little mask, and then it has the metal face villain on the front and like little Doom things around the brim.
Okay.
Like, it's a dope hat. I have short hair presently, so it wouldn't do me no good to get this hat unless I'm just gonna sit in the lab with my my little Funko Marvel things and what have you as a collectible joint. Which, if people have seen my Instagram, people have probably seen my desk where I took a picture of it, and it's just they're probably just like, look at all these damn toys and like studio computers. Like, yeah, that's how it is.
Look at the little.
Like, y'all see little Storm and little Deadpool and little Winston Zedmore in his car and all of that, you know. Just because I'm an adult doesn't mean I don't like toys sometimes or whimsy. I'm not supposed to be totally fucking jaded before I go out and transition, you know what I mean? That's why I watch action movies and talk about comic books and music and other stuff. But anyway, man, yep, we're about to get into the music mix here at the FuseBox Radio Broadcast, bringing the balance back to Black Radio on the commentary and musical ends. As always with our commentary, you don't gotta love or agree with what we say in any way, shape, or form, but if it gets you, your mind sparked to get you into the convo or whatever, we definitely appreciate that. Check us out via all your favorite means to listen to radio and podcast. And again, if you like what we do, definitely give us a rating. It helps us out. We definitely appreciate your time and effort. And also tell a friend, tell a foe, tell whoever else you think is going to be down for what we do with the show. And as always, thank you all for all of your support. We appreciate that the folks who agree with what we say. We appreciate the folks who are like, hey, I don't necessarily agree with A, B, C, D, or E, but I respect y'all. Because that's a big thing, too.
All right.
You know, so, Yeah, man, enough talking. FuseBox Radio, DJ Fusion about to get into the mix, alright?
I saw Raw Fusion out. Peace.
You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
Mistake most auctioneers have. Talking all that jazz. Talk, well I heard talk is cheap. But like beauty, talk is just skin deep. And when you lie and you talk a lot, people tend to step off a lot. You see, you misunderstood. A sample just a tactic, a portion of my method, a tool. In fact, it's only of importance when I make it a priority. And what we samples up by the majority.
But you a minority in terms of thought.
Narrow-minded.
And poorly taught about hip-hop fame on the silly game to erase my music so no one can use it.
You step on us and we'll step on you. Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Talking all that jazz. Think rap is a fad? You must be mad. Cause we're so bad we get respect you never had.
Tell the truth, James Brown was old. Tell Eric and Rock came out with I Got Soul. Rap brings back old R&B. And if we were not, people could have forgotten.
We wanna make this perfectly clear. We're talented and strong and have no fear
of those who choose to judge but lack pizzazz.
Talking all that jazz.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
I just wanna dance, so I don't have to think about the things I think about. I just want romance, but if it doesn't come about, we can dance it out. Just dance. Just dance. Just dance. We do not have to get nasty. We do not have to stay classy. We do not have to get Uber, or we can get Uber and tuck in the backseat. Maybe the future and past be stressing my ass out, I can't sleep. Hey, that is the reason I'm dancing. Money can't help me, loving can't help me. So I'm on a dance floor pretending I'm healthy. Not saying nothing won't help me, but this is helping. So baby, let's just sweat it out. My heart is broken, I don't wanna fix it. This beat is perfect, do you want a French kiss? Our lives ain't perfect, do you want it different? Your car ain't running, I'ma start the engine. Just dance, just dance. Just dance, just dance. Just dance.
hush him up. I be think he run the show. Go to work, she wrecking shit like a bulldozer, rake it up. And I know it's heavy, heavy, heavy. Cause I shoot straight and I shoot steady, steady, steady. Maybe you underestimate me, baby, baby. I got it, you can come and get it, get it, get it. I'm a big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. I got big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. Big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. I got big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. I got the knob full of dinner. I got the key to the system. I got the beat, let it hit down. I got it all, wanna get some. Don't got no time for your husband. Don't got no time for your pop. No, when I want to, I'ma take you. And it don't matter who you are. I gotta show you off. Big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. I got big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. Big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. I got big boss, big top business. Make me a mark, then I take you one by one. I got the knob full of dinner. I got the key to the system. I got the beat, let it hit down. I got it all, wanna get some.
The hottest, DJ Fusion.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus. Yes, yes,
Jesus praise the Lord.
yes, God.
Hallelujah.
Yes,
We don't want no devils.
yes,
We
Lord.
want the Lord.
Yes, yes,
I'm
trying to keep my faith. We on a ultralight beam. We on a ultralight beam. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is everything. This is everything. Deliver us serenity. Deliver us peace. Deliver us love. And we know we need it. You know we need it. You know we need it. Then mama need you now. Alright. Pray for Paris. Pray for the parents. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. We on a ultralight beam. We on a ultralight beam. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is everything. Everything. I'm trying to keep my faith, but I'm looking for more. Somewhere I can feel safe, and in my holy war, I'm trying to keep my faith.
Why send oppression, not blessings? Why, oh why you do me wrong? You persecute the weak because it makes you feel so strong. Don't have much strength to fight, so I look to the light to make these wrongs turn right. Head up high, I look to the light. Hey, 'cause I know that you'll make everything alright, and I know that you'll take good care of your child. Oh, no longer am afraid of the night, 'cause I look to the light.
When they come for you, I will shield your name. I will field their questions. I will feel your pain. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Foot on the devil's neck till it drifted Pangea. I'm moving all my family from Chatham to Zambia. Treat the demons just like Pam. I mean, I fuck with your friends, but damn, Gina, I've been this way since Arthur was Anteater. Now they wanna hit me with the woo out the bam. Trying to snap photos of family. My daughter look just like Sia, you can't see her. You can feel the lyrics, the spirit coming in braille. Tumbling of the underground, come and follow the trail. I made Sunday candy, I'm never going to hell. I met Kanye West, I'm never going to fail. He said let's do a good ass job with Chance 3. I hear you gotta sell it to snatch the Grammy. Let's make it so free and the bar so hard that it ain't one gosh darn part you can't tweet. This is my part, nobody else speak. This is my part, nobody else speak. This little light of mine, glory be to God, yeah. I'ma make sure that they go where they can't go. If they don't wanna ride, I'ma still give them raincoats. Know what God said when he made the first rainbow? Just notice at the end if I'm too late for the intro. I'm just having fun with it. You know that a nigga was lost. I laugh in my head cause I bet that my ex looking back like a pillar of salt. Cause they flipped the script on your ass like Wesley and Spike. You cannot mess with the light. Look at the channel from 79. We on a ultralight beam. We on a ultralight beam. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is everything.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Everything. I'm trying to keep my faith.
Yes,
but I'm looking for more. Somewhere I can feel safe, and in my holy war.
Father, this prayer's for everyone that feels they're not good enough. This prayer's for everybody that feels that they're too messed up. For everyone that feels they said I'm sorry too many times. You can never go too far when you can't come back home again. That's why I need...
DJ Fusion.
You are my life, my love, my peace, my song, my voice. When I sing with everything that I have, because you're my everything. When bad days came about, you turned them into good days. When my loved ones were going through changes, you picked them up, turned them around, and gave them place on solid ground. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. You're everything to me. You're everything to me. You're more than I could ever imagine in my life. I'm so glad to know you. I'm so glad to have you in my life. I'm so glad to share you, to let the world know all over that you're everything. You're everything to me and to everyone else too. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't have what we had if it was not for you. We give you greatness. We give you humble praise. We give you humble praise, Lord, and we thank you, Lord. We ask you, Lord, to keep us so that we always remember that you're everything. Our children know that you're everything. Our friends know that you're everything. That we can announce to the world to know that you're everything. Everything to us. And you're more so everything to me. I'm so grateful you're in my life. Thank you so much for this opportunity to know you. Thank you so much for you being in my life to share. Thank you so much for making yourself present in my life, that I might have the opportunity to let the world know that you're everything. Everything. Whatever you need, you'll supply, because you're everything to us. Thank you, Lord.
Check this out. You're now deep in the mix with FuseBox Radio's DJ Fusion.
wanna do is dance.
DJ Fusion.
Saying off top, knowing that shit's written. Frontin' like a lion with the roar of a kitten. Who you think you kidding? Cause I ain't the one buzzing holes through your vest and your chest without a gun. It's bodega. Back against the wall and I'm swinging. Rappers ain't MCing no more, yo, they singing. And I could go on sounding bitter and complain, saying things ain't the same, but I'd rather flame your brain and move to the future cause we taking it there. Pushing through the struggle, see this here is rare. Staying focused like a dead man stare. CPR in the flow, breathe in the fresh air.
Every time we go out, get live, you fly just to show out. Are we living, my people? Yeah, no doubt. You know how we do, it's just me and my crew. Just me and my crew.
Yes, y'all, you don't stop. Then nobody stop this. This is our year.
Worth the wait. Something rare instead of the fix.
Pacing back and forth, wearing holes in my apartment carpet. Okay, yeah, here we go. Pacing back and forth, wearing holes in my apartment carpet. Tongue is sharper than a sword, at least that's what they say. Trying to prove them right by writing every day. Imprint on this time. Images with my penmanship will hook them every time. Sync up with the thought. Cut the bait for loss. Subsiding all the pressure from the top level boss. Beasting in my own way, waving never happens. Fingers to success, dopeness at request. Toss a dollar in the jar and I'll be a superstar. I'll be a superstar,
yeah. Get live, you fly just to show out. Are we living, my people? Yeah, no doubt. You know how we do, it's just me and my crew. Just me and my crew.
Yes, y'all, you don't stop. Then nobody stop this. This is our year.
Worth the wait. Something rare instead of the fix.
I get a call, yo. It's time to cop some gear from out the mall, yo. Hey, yo, we party, we chill, we do it all, yo. Until the heart stops. For the ladies and the hard rocks. To the youth, them ballin' on the hard tops. Avoid the rah-rah, praise God or Allah. Just not the dollar, dig a little deeper. It's more the sneakers, I hope you reach the peak of your potential, become influential, even presidential if it's in you. Skip a script, just order off the menu. In the meanwhile, we shall continue. Every time we go out, get live, you fly just to show out. Are we living, my people? Yeah, no doubt. You know how we do, it's just me and my crew. Just me and my crew. When we go out, get live, you fly just to show out. Are we living, my people? Yeah, no doubt. You know how we do, it's just me and my crew. Just me and my crew.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Doubt indeed. Doubt indeed.
You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
Hard to admit that I used to draw portraiture in a human form, doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing, moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and amused from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, who's in a bedroom, who's in a brand new cuneiform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of the magpie, unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight, black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine the rush that ensue when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you get to, being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod, distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving the light, I left some will the spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Haunted by the thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to paint, hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face, stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction, a miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil ever linen. Joy to the poison, voice to the resin. Capture a map of a gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studio strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right. Or a torso hung on a warping spine in proportion. Reads as warm and alive. Routine day with a dirt cheap brush. Then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then 2, then 3, then a month. And the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury alive. I let my means of being dissolve. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials of the anti-Midas. Snap on the back lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
Getting sick and tired of never understanding. Where is the truth you promised?
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
Yeah, I'm only coming out to play. Nothing more that I hate in this life. The wrong impression, I only have one to make. You can open your palm, waiting to catch a break. The cards will fall where they may. And what about me? I believe in fate. They wanna know where I'll be in 5. But what about today? What about tonight? Only one at a time. So precious. It's yours, it's mine. Only one at a time. My life, yeah. Am I wrong to assume if she can't dance, then she can't ooh? Yeah. Am I wrong to say if she can't dance, then she can't ooh? Hey, I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. Is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine. Only one at a time. So precious. Is yours, is mine. Only one at a time. My life, yeah.
Around the clock, dance around the globe with Disco 54. I stare you in the eyes, spin you on your toes. Music and music without soul. Filling the top road, shine through blindfolds, past the nitro. Rock the love boat, get high and get low. Chill the Merlot, step in your fast mode. You pick up, we gon' go. Make love once a more, we rest and encore. Do that, hey. Break you off and you kick that cat, hey. Never seen no one this gorgeous. Pay your whole damn mortgage. But when you look at the time, hey, still you the one on the mind, hey, still you the top of the prime, hey. Thank God that it's Friday, tonight let's be the life of the party. It's nothing to me, get up and move your feet.
I never wanna waste your time. my life. So precious, is yours, is mine. And look at the time, my God. So precious, is yours, is mine.
Hottest, DJ Fusion.
You don't want it, you can't want it, no. You don't mean it, you can't mean it, no. We can't have it. Shots and the tears come like clockwork. We build a world where the pain and the fear run like water. Does freedom comfort you at night while you read the news by candlelight?
Now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fuse.
hottest, DJ Fusion.
Sitting by the radio, sky is crying. And if God can cry, then why should I deny these feelings? 'Cause if you close your heart to love, you'll never feel the sunshine. But if you open up your sitting by the radio, I had the strangest feeling. I felt deja vu was listening to every word my broken heart had to say. Then the caller on the line, she made a dedication that we should open up our sitting by the radio, the sky is crying.
Yeah.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
Yeah. You don't know unless you know. Gotta be in the know to really know. You know. Can't get left out the loop. Fiber optic roof, they say I'm the truth. Like a polygram result, say I'm a boss. Underground, my bad bitch a killer, thanks so. Eon flux, Laura Croft break you off. They find you unconscious in your emptied vault. Rude awakening, found out you took a loss. While we was on our side of things, getting fitted for rings. Refrigerators to capacity with champagne. Because you never know when you gotta celebrate. Player, lately we been winning every day. Snatched the 10 up off them windows, sorry for the rate. Sweatsuit, $300,000 coupe. Bitch, guess who? Same one brung them low riders through. Old school, every 9 then cop something new. Slap some folks across they face, that's what you gotta do. Paper plates on my car, gold bowl full of gumbo. Sipping champagne through a straw. Hella Clico, bottles for my dollar clock and squadron. Sliding cold like a bobsled, bitch, I'm out here. Yeah. Snatched the 10 up off my window, sorry for the rate. Yeah. Fiber optic roof, they say I'm the truth.
DJ Fusion.
They say it started in the east where the apple was, but out west we be throwing them apples up. They say them Fruit Town niggas gon' ride tonight. They say them Treetop niggas gon' ride tonight. They say them Grape Street niggas gon' ride tonight. They say them Bounty Hunter niggas gon' ride tonight. They say them 6-0 niggas gon' ride tonight. They say them Cedar Block niggas gon' ride tonight. Them 190 niggas gon' ride tonight. They say them Denver Lane niggas gon' ride tonight. They say them Campanella niggas gon' ride tonight. Who gon' ride tonight? Who gon' die tonight? Started with $1 in a tree. Started with $1 in a tree. We did it for the West, motherfucker, like Kanye. Niggas get stretched out on Los Ciange. Got 3,000 stacks, I ain't talking about Andre. I put it on your head, I ain't talking no toupee. See, I stayed the same, ain't go weird like Lupe. Squeeze on this trigger like ain't no more toothpaste.
You ain't gon' do shit.
Bitch, of course I is. You want this money, you gon' have to drive the course I did. I got that Wraith out, you talking about the Porsche I hit. You in the nosebleeds, come down to where the course side is. How a nigga with a roho rag end up in Soho bag? Any bitch walking with a solo swag. You think you ballin' in that photo jag? Nah. And Tom Ford's with an MK bag? Nah. Give you a bird's eye view of the streets. Nigga, welcome to Compton. Take you to Carson next week.
Started with $1 and a dream and a pistol. On the corner rag hanging, slinging crystal. You say you gang banging, let me see credentials. And when I pull this gun out, you know how this go.
Started with $1 in a dream.
Look at me now, that one day is too.
Started with $1 in a dream.
Ain't this what I
was fathered by the bastards. Part of my mannerisms, the Curtis Magnet that managed without the metal with him. How the hell I did it, I'll let God ad-lib it. I put that on Leafwood, I ain't lying one sentence. Bitch, I started with $1 and a dream. We went from helping old ladies with their groceries at Alpha Beta for a couple quarters to baby hustling something major. We had to grow up sooner or later, but I'm so Delamo, my mama still stay off Anna Lee. Carson across my belly, I prove you lost already. Rocking my big brother, Bishop left the door cracked. Gang took me on my first tour, now look where we at. In the studio, getting paid to reflect on that. Documenting true facts, not to mention it's the documentary too. You do the addition in ballerina shoes. Enough with the clever raps, it's more important than that. I put my city on the map, nigga. Yeah, I really put my city on the map. I mean, when the last time you heard Carson on a track, nigga? Let alone when they calling out stomping grounds on the west. I'll wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm the best, nigga. This the new west, nigga. Respect that. It's top dog. All I'm missing is the red hat. But don't question what pocket I left. My handkerchief. I'm guilty by affiliation in many ways, gangster. But let me explain something. A paradox, if you may. I threw on my fresh Supreme Chuck Taylors today, and then I got a call from Chuck Taylor. I'm saying the game ain't changed. We still changing the game.
Started with $1 and a dream and a pistol. On the corner rag hanging, slinging crystal. You say you gang banging, let me see credentials. And when I pull this gun out, you know how this go.
Started with $1 and a dream.
Look at me now, that one day is too.
Started with $1 and a dream.
Ain't this what I deserve?
My first album was a setup. I was the little nigga Pac was talking to when he said keep your head up, cause he knew what I would be facing after his demise. Jason had the pitch and pies, better life than flipping fries. I'm the one that Crips despise. Moutier kissed the sky from having dreams that 50 died. Eulogy by Mary Blige, hopped up in that Enterprise, had to stop the genocide. Went from underdog to watching Top Dog and Kendrick Rise. Now tell me, can I testify? Pull over, try and rest for 5 on the block, no 10 on the Wraith. Leave these kids mesmerized. They ask me how I did it, how I got it. Say, young king, you looking bright like I put them weights down. Start practicing lyrical exercise. Tell me who the next to die, probably who the next in line. It got me battling ghosts, cause I'm the illest one alive. That's word to Pac, Pun, Biggie. Why I stand is my city. If we was about to run a train, you couldn't fuck with me. Ever since I saved my coast, it's been born again. If I ain't shit, then who the king of California then? Who can out-rap me? Now think about it, the same nigga you about to say can run up and out-scrap me, yeah. Out-trap me, yeah. Out-gat me. I mean, think about it. Exactly. Speaking matter-of-factly, I'm downplaying to actually call me game. I ain't one, still I get paid like an athlete. Do the math after the math. Doc 2 in the bag. Lived up to my expectations. Drake took me first in the draft. Now who the fuck want what? Nobody survives, so look alive when them Impalas in the cut.
Started with $1 and a dream and a pistol. On the corner rag hanging slanging crystal. You say you can't bang it, let me see credentials. And when I pull this gun out, you know how this go.
Started with $1 and a dream.
Look at me now, then what day is two?
Started with $1 and a dream.
Hey, ain't this what I deserve?
Crenshaw Mafia down the ride. They say the Inglewood family's down the ride. I heard them 2Bs niggas is down the ride. They say them Southside niggas is down the ride. They say them insane niggas is down the ride. I heard them Looters Pop niggas is down the ride. They say them Denver Lane niggas is down the ride. Who gon' ride tonight? Who gon' die tonight?
DJ Fusion.
Wanna hear my old buy my old albums. If you really love it, why I only sold thousands? By the grace of God, I made it out of housing, but I'm still Coney out styling. Wild as a stallion and cocky. Had to go Rambo to get my wrist rocky. Cheddar drenched broccoli, that's what's on my palate and my wallet. Wardrobe was war mode, then I got a stylist. Now you wanna smile, miss me. On the hardwood with a Knicks beat. Flick it up, mellow drop 60, shifty, low down gritty in. I'm just doing this till my city is the shit again. Drop Bow Brothers, it was notable. Make you a believer, my verse ain't get it quotable. So f*** it, I'm over you. No f*** it, I'm overdue. None of y'all better bar for bar, line for line to the letter. I came from EBT, made it on the BET, FUSC, MTV, MP3, vinyl and CD, all off the PEN. Now 6 days on SXM, and I'm just getting started. You can hit the Target or fill out applications for Target. You want when I'm off it, probably wanna forfeit. How you post to score verse tour and not raw? Oh shit, I'm still beastin' the bars. Flow still Malik and Jamal. Still body any beat that I'm on. Any street that I'm on, I'm a sight still. Shine like $1 million light bill. Even Bun B know I'm type trill, type ill. Might steal your misses. Treat it like a full course meal and do the dishes. Scratch off my wish list, add to my bucket list. Name an MC that can with this. Probably have to add to your bucket list. Bucket this, blam. That's the only way you can body me, fam. Pardon me, damn, I gotta go. Board and Tigger low to clap this shit up some more.
Yo, go. Me and my man's on a war tour, with the crowd screaming for more tour. And Tigger low on the assist, he's the orator. You can count on just like a scoreboard. But what the f*** you keep your score for? When the L is imminent, scrimmaging against you effeminate in boy shorts, kitten heel rap, scratching up the floorboards in a top hat. You rap this boy George. I attack tracks with more force and more anger than a gangster in a Russian divorce court. Mad cause his wife is going after restored Porsche so she can make some more borscht. Then he really wanna call her a bid, but if he call her a bid, the judge gon' tell him that he's a poor sport. Respect my mind, I testified that on the track your favorite rapper will get left behind. Like he got a F in a core course, not hit a lollygag. I specialize in body bags, and if we in the streets, motherfucker autograph. The only signature that I need is 4-4, so I can run amok. I just lay low in the Buckeye. Don't really claim to be a tough guy, but never been the shook type. Last name look like first name guy. Raised in the Marley Marl era, so you better call Saul and tell Saul to call Paul Bearers. Just a little Tigger will make it all better. So the radio station and all the call letters, cause my rhyme commodities go off like IEDs. Lines go over your head and stay there like the sword of Democles. Peace to Sky Zoo Odyssey, and plus the old school, the Hercs, the Bams, and the Toddy T's. When I become a legend, just acknowledge me, fam. Pardon me, damn, I gotta go. Y'all clap up, I give it a standing O.
The hottest, DJ Fusion.
Set it up, keep rolling, rolling. Drop it, baby, drop it like it's stalling, stalling tonight. Yeah, woman, I'm gonna ride that wave, always. Look at her, body built for the beach. Do you got that ocean? Her body surf, don't sleep. Body surf on me, oh. Don't stop, I wanna ride that wave. I'm gonna ride that wave, yeah, baby, now. All night, I'm gonna ride that wave. I'm gonna ride that wave. Look at how I'm surfing it, baby. And get tired in it, baby. We're working it, baby. Keep working it, me higher, higher tonight, baby. Oh, I'm gonna ride that wave. You got a body built for the beat. Do you got that? Oh shit, a body surf, don't sleep. Body surf on me. Oh, don't stop, don't stop. I'm gonna ride that wave. Yeah, baby, now all night. I'm gonna ride that wave. Look at I'm on surfing it, babe, and get turned in it, babe. We're working it, baby. Keep working it, darling. I bet you turn up when I pipe down, and I'ma get it till I wipe out. I'ma bully that thing, baby, lights out. I'm gonna ride that wave. You let it crash down on me. You let it splash down on me. Body surf, don't sleep until I hit the peak. Oh, wow, baby. Got down right now. Give it to me, yeah. Got down right now. Look at how I'm surfing it, baby. Get turned in it, baby. We're working it, baby. Keep working it down. Don't stop. Don't you stop. Oh, wanna ride, darling. Let me down and all night. I'm gonna ride that wave. Look at how I'm surfing it, baby. And get turned in it, baby. We're working it, baby. Keep working it down. Don't stop. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me, baby. Gonna ride that. Yeah, get wild, baby. So hot, goddamn, I need a towel, baby. I can wipe you down right now, baby. And I can ride that wave right now. Say, yeah, get wild, baby. So hot, goddamn, I need a towel, baby.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
the hottest, DJ Fusion.
in this life. Of happiness and sadness. When you've lost out on love, and it all ends up in madness. And you say, love, please go away. Don't torture me night and day. Then something's real. Someone you feel comes in. Now I'm falling in love again. Oh, baby. I'm falling in love again. Fall in love again. All over. Oh, baby. I'm falling in love again. Fall in love again. I found somebody who said she loved me. So wonderful. I try not to let my heart slip in. What to do, baby? What could I do when somebody real comes in? Someone you feel comes in. Now I'm falling in love again.
You can listen to the FuseBox Radio Broadcast via iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Podcast Addict, and your other favorite podcast players. Check out the FuseBox Radio's official website for our latest episodes, events, and more at FuseBoxRadioOnline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/FuseBox Radio Show, Twitter at Twitter.com/FuseBox Radio, and Instagram at Instagram.com/FuseBox Radio. Feel free to contact us at FuseboxRadio@gmail.com to submit music for airplay consideration,